When you think of iconic British aircraft manufacturers, Short Brothers might not be the first name that comes to mind. Yet this is the company behind elegant giants like the Short Sunderland and the mighty Short Stirling. So how did the same company end up creating one of aviation's strangest looking aircraft? This is the story of the Short Skyvan. The aircraft everyone called ugly, then fell in love with. Designed in the late 1950s, the Skyvan was built with one goal in mind: practicality. No sleek curves, no fighter-like lines, and no unnecessary flair. Instead, Shorts created a flying box. With its slab sides, square fuselage, high wing and fixed landing gear, the Skyvan looked more like a shed than an aeroplane. It quickly earned nicknames like the Flying Shoebox and the Flying Garden Shed. But appearances can be deceptive, because what the Skyvan lacked in glamour, it made up for in sheer usefulness. The Skyvan was engineered to operate from rough strips, short runways and remote airfields, where larger aircraft simply couldn't go. Need to carry freight into the mountains, medical supplies to isolated communities, paratroopers, photographers, skydivers, the Skyvan could do it all. Meant it could get in and out of places most aircraft would avoid. This wasn't an aircraft built for show, it was built to work. And surprisingly fun to fly. Pilots who flew the Skyvan often praised its roomy cockpit and responsive handling. Empty, it had plenty of performance; loaded, it remained dependable and predictable. It was rugged, honest and full of character. The prototype first flew from Belfast in January 1963, piloted by Short's chief test pilot, Dennis Taylor. The Skyvan entered service and quickly found customers across the world. Despite only 154 being built, the Skyvan served in a remarkable number of countries. Civilian operators included Olympic Airways, British Airways and Gulf Air. Military users included Thailand, Austria, Argentina and Singapore. Even during the Falklands War, Argentine Skyvans saw service over the islands. Not bad for a flying box. Scheme A is Olympic Airways from the Isle of Mykonos. If you grew up with classic Airfix kits, this is the Skyvan many remember. Finished in the iconic Olympic Airways livery, SXBBN brought the quirky Skyvan into one of Europe's most scenic airline networks. Its role? Linking mainland Greece with island communities where runway length was limited and reliability was everything. Routes included Rhodes, Kos, Karpathos, Porto and Sparta. For 21 years this little aircraft worked Greek domestic services while sharing ramps with jets many times its size. Scheme B is from Pink Skyvan, OEFDI, the Smiling Legend. Operated by Pink Aviation Services, OEFDI wears one of the most outrageous schemes ever applied to an aircraft. It has big red lips, a huge grin and instant personality. And somehow it suits the Skyvan perfectly. Today these aircraft are heavily used across Europe for skydiving operations, air-to-air photography, specialist aviation contracts and cargo trials. Thanks to the tall fuselage and rear ramp, jumpers can stand comfortably before exit, making one of the best skydiving platforms ever built. The Skyvan proves something important: aircraft don't need to be beautiful to be iconic. Sometimes the machine that leave the biggest mark are the ones built purely for purpose. Honest, functional and memorable. And decades after production ended in 1986, the Skyvan is still turning heads and raising smiles wherever it flies. Scheme A is pure nostalgic Airfix heritage, but Scheme B is maximum Skyvan madness. What do you choose, classic or chaos? Whichever you choose, one thing is certain: the Short Skyvan remains one of the most lovable oddballs ever to take to the skies.